we're going to be looking at the surface area of pyramids and cones. And we have a pyramid here on the left, and the formula for lateral area is 1/2 PL. L is the slant height, which we can see on this pyramid is the height of the triangular face of the pyramid, and they call it slant height, the height of the slanted face there, and they use L to represent that. I also often will call my height my true height, and it's the H in your formula, and it's the actual height from the bottom of the base to the tip of the pyramid, and that is H in your formulas. So the H is going to be used in our volume formula, but not in our surface area formula. There could be problems that give us the height, and in that case, we're going to need to use the H to find the L. And how they're related is that it's a right triangle that is formed, and L is the hypotenuse of it, and H is one of the legs. This bottom piece here on the pyramid would be half of the length of the base edge, and in the cone, it's the radius of the circle. So we may need to be using some Pythagorean theorem as we go. The first one we have here is we have a square pyramid that we're going to be looking at with a base edge of 24 and a pyramid height of 9. That's the actual height there. So in this triangle here, I would need to realize that this bottom leg of the right triangle would be half of the base edge, making it 12. And we can use Pythagorean theorem to find our missing side of our triangle, which is our slant height, which we're going to need. So 9 squared and 12 squared will equal to c squared. And so you might also recognize that this is the 3, 4, 5 triple multiplied by 3. So we should get 15 when we solve this out. Because 9 is 3 times 3, 12 is 4 times 3, and then 5 times 3, 15 for the hypotenuse. Of course, you could just simplify the Pythagorean theorem and solve for it if you didn't notice that it was a triple. So the lateral area, 1/2 PL. I have L, now I just need P, the perimeter of the base. The perimeter of the base, since it's a square pyramid, each side being 24, 24 times 4 is 96 meters. So our formula is going to be 1/2 96 times the slant height, which is 15, giving us 720. And that's meters squared because it is area. And now for the surface area, the total surface area. To get the total surface area, all you do is you take your lateral area and you add one base. The formula, see how it just says B? That's because a pyramid only has one base. And this 1/2 PL comes from these triangles that are going around the sides. The perimeter is adding all the bases of the triangles together. The L is the height of the triangle. And the formula for a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So it's really combining all those triangles into one formula. So we already have the lateral, that 1/2 PL. That's this part of the formula. We just need to add the base to it. So we're going to take our 720 from our previous answer. We're going to add the area of the base. The area of the base, since it's a square and the edge is 24, the area is going to be to take that 24 and square it. That gives us 576. So if we have 720 and we add 576 to it, we get 1296 meters squared for our surface area of that pyramid. Our next one, we have a hexagonal pyramid. And so the base is a regular hexagon. They gave us the slant height and the base edge. So to do the lateral surface area, it's 1/2 PL, and I already have the slant height, which is 5. The perimeter, there are 6 sides, and they're each length of 6, so the perimeter is 36. So I have everything I need for this part already. 1/2 P, which is 36, times L, which is 5, 90. So 90 centimeters squared is the lateral area, and the surface area is going to be to take your lateral area and to add the base. So now we just need to find the area of the base. So the area of the base, it's a hexagon. Forgive my terrible drawing of a hexagon. We have this triangle in the bottom. It's a regular hexagon. Sides are 6 across, which makes this a 3. We know that in a hexagon, this is the 30 and this is the 60, and it's a 30, 60, 90. And so if the 30 is a 3, then the 60 is a 3 root 3. The 90 would be a 6, but we don't really need that part. So the area of the base is going to be 1/2 apothem times perimeter. The apothem is 3 root 3, and the perimeter we already have is 36. So 3 times 36 divided by 2 is 54. So 54 root 3 is the area of the base. So we want to do the total surface area. If you want to write it as an exact answer, you would write 90 plus 54 root 3 centimeters squared. If they told you to round your answer, you would need to do 54 times the square root of 3, which is 93.53, and add 90 to that to get your approximate total surface area of 183.53. So just watch for, do they want an exact answer? Do they want a rounded answer? This top one would be exact. The bottom one would be our rounded answer for our total surface area. Our third example today is a cone. The cone formulas are over here. The lateral area is pi RL, and the surface area is pi r squared plus pi RL. The pi r squared part there is the base, that circle on the bottom. The pi RL is the cone portion of it from that lateral area. Notice that the formulas we need to know R and L. We currently know that L is 13, but we do not know R. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem, or you might recognize that this is a triple. It's the 5, 12, 13. So I'm just going to show you the setup for if you want to solve for that. There's the Pythagorean using x for one of my legs, 12 for the other leg, 13 for the hypotenuse. 13 squared minus 12 squared, and then square root that is 5. So we find that the radius is 5, and now we have everything we need for the formula. So for the lateral, we want pi RL, which is going to be pi times 5 times 13. 5 times 13 is 65, so 65 pi meters squared would be the exact lateral area. And if you wanted to round this, you would get like 204.2 meters squared. So just watch for if they want it in terms of pi or if they want a rounded version of an answer. The surface area is going to be to take your pi RL and add pi r squared. So 65 pi, and we are adding pi r squared. So 5 squared is 25, so that's 25 pi and 65 pi. Notice they both have pi in them, so you're able to add 65 plus 25 together to get a total of 90 pi. So the surface area is 90 pi meters squared. And that's how you would do for a cone.